Well, I've been promising you guys for weeks that I was going to be checking these things out, so I guess there's no better time than the today, because we're going back to basics. I am in a Futo, which I think is perhaps the most blankest slate possible in GTA 5. It is a car that everyone knows. It has been modified probably millions of times at this point by millions of people. This is just your bog standard Futo, and I'm going to be using it today to check out a huge number of new custom wheels that we can check out for GTA 5. This is like a single player thing only. This is definitely one of the perks. You can't get this sort of stuff in online mode. So I'm just going to jump straight in with this. So let's just go to menus, customs, and let's go to wheels. And inside the sports category here, if we just see here, I have got all of these wheels. There's a few different designs with some different combinations. And then inside tuner, we also have a bunch more right here. I believe these tuner ones are actually the custom ones that the mod maker has actually made themselves from scratch. So we'll be checking those out at the end. We'll save the best for last, definitely. But let's have a look at these wheels. So let's just go straight in, Endo V1. So I think some of these are actually based on wheels that we already get in GTA 5, but then they've just made them look a little different. So we have this one, which has got a very interesting dish because it's not just like straight in, it's sort of like curved. That is a really weird look. I'm not entirely sure I like that look, but it is a really weird look nonetheless. So we also have that one in chrome right there, and then we also have neochrome, which I believe, oh, how does that work? That's definitely not an Endo V1 deep dish. Right, we definitely might have some conflicts with names here then by the look of that thing. Right, so we have the sideways with zero lip. We have the, these names are not right. Am I going to ignore the names? We might have to ignore the names here. But these are definitely wheels that we have in GTA 5, but they have been made to look completely different, especially like these were just ugly, horrible wheels. Now, they look alright. They're not too bad. This outer rim design is still very weird though, because it makes it look like it should be like a two-piece wheel, but it doesn't have any of the bolts. Or you get like a monoblock deep dish that just has such a weird curve. Normally it doesn't have such a curve in like that. It's normally quite flat, which actually makes you wonder just how thick and solid these wheels are. We have that one with the painted edge, then the painted, and then the chrome. Some of these names seem to line up. We also have some Endo V1 here again with the polished edge, which means that if I go to wheel color, we should probably set this to something like gold just so that we can see the difference. There we go. Now we can properly see the difference here. So then we have the Cairngorm, which for some reason I want to say in an Australian accent for some reason. Oh, actually, by the way, you guys have been asking me to do the foreign language intros again. I have actually generally scrapped my intro. However, if you would like for me to say the old intro in a foreign language, you can translate it in the comment section below. The intro is, hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day. Hope you are all having an amazing day today. My name is Lex, and welcome back to some more GTA 5. That is the usual intro. So if actually you could translate that into your own language, maybe I'll give it a go in a future video. Let's see. So we should probably get a move on. So we've actually got some muscle freak stuff here. The Fujiwara. This one actually looks like a split rim this time. Although I'm still not sold on the lips. The lips just not really doing it for me. Ah, there we go. That's getting a bit more proper now. These ones that are actually not deep dish seem to fit in a lot better. There we have all of these. These are all definitely based on ones that we already have in GTA 5. They've just been tweaked and made to look a lot better, especially stuff like this. Just making this into a split rim just instantly makes it a million times better. Then we also have these ones in chrome and colored options, as you can see here, such as stuff like this, the VIP, I think this is a VIP wheel, isn't it? Either way, definitely looks a lot better now. And then we have the Apex, again, all of these, just adding the bolts just seems to make them look a little bit more premium. The RH5, the Dash VIP, the Comet. Ah, interesting. So actually, once we've checked all of these out, I am going to go and make a couple of builds out of these. This is interesting. The Bippu even. Even the Bippu has had the treatment on this. So this seems to be pretty much, even though this is in the sports category, this is covering a pretty wide base of wheels that are inside standard GTA and just made them just look a lot better. Oh, I do like this one. Now, that one I do like. This one definitely looks a lot better just because of the fact that the rims now are looking a little bit more real. They're a little bit flatter, even with the stagger. It doesn't look so weird as the old ones do. So I'm actually a big fan of that one. Then we have this one. Again, looks great. We have these sportier style ones here. We're getting a bit wider now with some deep dish endos. Very nice. They do look like T37s a little bit. Then we have some more combinations. Ooh, that's nice. That's nice. Again, I love multi-spoke wheels when they are split rims. There's something about that combo that's just, mwah, love it. So then we have all of these. Oh, we've got some lowrider stuff as well, of course. We have the tri-spokes and a couple of different combos. We've got the Loz speeds. It's interesting because a lot of these wheels I recognize and I normally don't use them. Oh, this is interesting. Yeah, I normally don't use them, but this now makes them look a lot more usable. Wow, okay, some of these I don't actually remember. These must be from other standard cars inside of GTA, and these aren't actually tuning parts, because I don't recognize these wheels, although looking at the badge in the middle, I'm guessing this is from some sort of law-friendly version of the Bugatti. I've forgotten what that brand is called, annoyingly. And we have some more going down. Oh, we've even got like a split rim version of the classic rod wheel. That's an interesting combo. Okay, we have the Zion, some more lowrider stuff here. Ooh. Yes, the wheels from the Nebula just made deep dish. Oh, that is an absolute winner. That would also look a lot better in V-Stancer if I was to shrink the size of the wheel down a little bit. We're not going to do that just yet, but I might use that in a build in a little while, because that I'm a big fan of. We've got some proper looking mini lights, which actually on this car do look amazing, do suit this car perfectly. We've got the visors, and a couple of different colours, the Infernus. Nice, the Deluxe. So yeah, these are definitely coming from some standard cars in GTA 5. The Ruiner. Of course, the wheels from the Ruiner. Man, these are, I mean, they don't exactly look that structural. I feel like they would just split in half. They don't look very safe. The Brioso, the Condena. We're only on 79 out of 127, so I'm just going to continue going through. Oh, yes. Classic Steely. Oh, yes. Now, I've got to say that some of these I'm not too excited about. Some of these are cool, like this one, but I don't think I'd ever use them. But there's definitely some interesting ones in here that I'd like to use in future videos. Oh, man. Oh. Oh. Oh, yes. This is going to be a video of me just going, oh, a bunch of times. This reminds me of an old Ford wheel. I think it's Ford. You guys are going to have to correct me, but this looks so much like a Ford wheel from the 80s, and I love old Ford wheels. Especially like the Alley Cat, stuff like this as well. You definitely saw these on old Fords as well. They had some really nice wheels in the 80s. They really did. Oh, man. I actually kind of want to see that wheel without all the split rim gubbings going on. This is actually pretty cool on its own. Man, there's some cool stuff here. We've got the Benefactors. We got the RJ10s. Oh, these ones actually look kind of like Volkswagen-y. They look like banded Volkswagen stills, like what you get on an old Passat or something. We've got the Cheval X, the Endo V1 again, so more of that one. The Hot Ring. Ooh. I think that's supposed to have tires. I think the texture's missing on that one. Okay. We have the all-in. Oh, the roulette wheel. Fancy. That is fancy. We've got the Asbo. Definitely much better than the standard Asbo wheels. The Classic 5. I like that one as well. The Sugoi. Not too sure on that one. Definitely not my style. The Speedster, which is an almighty wide wheel. Got some nice stretched tires on that one. Yeah, that's interesting. Then we have that in some different combinations. Oh, I do like that one. Do like that one. Then we also have the Star. We are getting close to the finish, and then we're going to check out those other custom ones. Got some 70s. These look great as well. The 5R. We have the Flake. And a couple of different combos. The Twist. Oh, I like that. These look like 1552 wheels, some of these. I'm pretty sure that's a 1552 wheel. Oh, man. That is wonderful. And this STR is actually from another mod. Wow. Okay. Right. Let's just move on then to Tuner and check out these last few. So these are all custom ones, I believe. All custom designs. We've got the Rollers, which actually they do look kind of familiar, so maybe not. But they do look good. Look very nice and old school Japanese. We've got the Racer. I think this might be a mix here. We have these ones. We have the Turbo Fans. Oh! Okay, when I saw it from this angle, I was like, oh, Turbo Fans, that's cool. And then I got to this side, and I see the Poke. Oh, boy. These are definitely a love it or hate it wheel. These are obviously pretty much motorsports required wheels. I wouldn't say required, or maybe they were back. That's why they were a thing in the 80s, but these were definitely a thing that you saw on some 80s race cars to give you like better... What's the wheel inside here? Let's try and get in here if I can. Oh, there's actually a wheel behind here with just the cover on. Yeah, this is supposed to get more air to the brakes, I believe. Either way, I've seen some modified cars with these and they do look pretty cool. There's also a deep dish one which I think looks less cool. Then we have this one, the Twist Monoblock. I guess that's actually based on the other one, so maybe that was just made for this because I don't think I've seen that on a car in GTA 5 before. We also have Mark III of the Turbofan. Would have been cool to see that without the deep dish, actually. Oh, we got the Mr. Raspberry... Oh, yes. We got Ronald teddy bears. Oh, yeah. That is so cool. I mean, the colouring looks a bit off. Oh, actually, the whole texture is off, sadly. But we do get some Ronald teddy bears in GTA 5. That's always a winner. Just a shame that that texture is not right. We also have the A+, which look like Borbet A's a little bit. We also have that in a couple of different combinations as well. Also, the chrome one seems to be missing some little polygons there for the sides. There's no depth to it. Again, I think there's a couple of bugs in this, but obviously it doesn't matter. It's fine. I'm sure these things get sort of found and updated over time. We also have the big three. And then to finish, we have the classic multi-spoke. Wow, what a combination. Right, now that we've covered everything, I'm going to do a couple of different builds, couple of different styles to really utilize these wheels. Okay, so for the first build, I went with the Futo, and it ended up like this. I kind of wanted to go for like a drift look, and then go for some crazy nice looking wheels, some nice expensive wheels, but also set up in a proper drift style. So it's slammed, it's got some a little bit of camber on the front there, also less degree of camber on the back as well. And then I've just gone for this full kit and livery in grey with the gold as well. I kept the gold because I thought that whole combination looked pretty good. And there we have it. It is a bit too low, so it probably will bug around. But that's definitely a new look on the Futo. These wheels really bring out the car. Like, they actually make it look a lot wider as well, because they're just so deep dish. I also did change the size of these wheels in V-Stancer. I made them look smaller just because they were just way too big for the arches beforehand. This is definitely a lot better. Also means that we can get it a lot lower now as well. Oh man, this is so cool. I love how this looks. Is this the best Futo I've ever seen modified? Do you know what? I feel like it is. I do wonder though, I was about to say I do wonder what it looks like without the livery. Well, there it is without the livery, and do you know what? It still looks cool. I do actually think that this colour looked a lot better when it had that livery with it, but still pretty amazing. I'm going to now go in a completely different route. Let's see how this turns out. I'm going to go for something a bit more classic, which means that I have gone for this. The old classic Volvo Amazon-esque, whatever the Fagaloa, I think it's called. Always a weird name, this one. The Vulcan Fagaloa. Or actually just the Volvo Amazon, as I like to call it by its original name. I haven't modified one of these in a long time. I don't remember what parts you could even put on this, but I'm going to make a quick build and use a new set of wheels. Let's see what happens. Okay, I wasn't entirely sure where I was going to go on this one because I gave myself the task of retro and then instantly felt that this was a little bit too retro. I feel like these wheels would have suited something a bit more 80s or 90s. However, I thought I would use the modern Nebula wheels, so still going with the Volvo theme, but on the older version. I don't know if it's a... Oh, here we go, hang on. I don't know if it's a look. There we go, let's just get a nice artsy picture there. I don't know if that's a good look. You guys are going to have to let me know what you think. I quite like it. It's not the best build in the world, but I think the combo is pretty good. I couldn't really get the stance to work out. I wanted this rear to be higher, but the rear sort of naturally wanted to slope downwards. It's just a real big shame that we can't individually change the size of wheels. That would be a major thing. Maybe we'll have to wait until GTA 6 to get that. But that is another build done. And that is another huge set of custom wheels checked out. That is going to be it for this video. If you have enjoyed this video, please let me know by rating, commenting, subscribing, all that sort of stuff. Always love to read your comments. Sometimes there's just so many comments that I can't read all of them, but I do try to read as many as I can. And I am back to featuring comments at the start of the video as well. But if you have actually watched the whole thing and you just want to let me know, you can say, ooh, tinkle. You can say tinkle in the comment section below. That will let me know that you watched the whole thing. But that is going to be it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.